What's going on, everybody? Migz of the Decksmiths here, and for Post Crossworlds, I present to you the good old Majin Buu deck. One of the decks that I really wanted to make. It really sucked that he was not either in set 1 or 2, but finally he has arrived for set 3. So I'm gonna go through a quick explanation of the deck. And by the way, sexy man I got my hands on. Really awesome. Ultra Instinct with the good old Jirens, little Pride Trooper Topo back there, and good old Zeno-sama over there. But let's get right on to it. So we're gonna run through good old Majin Buu. His auto ability: when this card attacks, you can place the top card of your deck under him. Then, if you have 2 or more cards, draw 1. It's actually pretty good. So as a normal side, you can draw a card as long as he has 2 or more. His awakened side, now this is one of the things that is unique in set 3 for Crossworlds. There are leaders that does not draw cards to awaken. This one, when your life is at 4 or less, choose up to 2 of your energies. Up to. Switch it to active mode and flip it over. Now, the awakened side. Auto, once per turn, when this card attacks, place the top card of your deck under this card, then draw 1 card. It's once per turn, of course, because of the secondary effect, which is pretty broken. The active main, choose 5 cards under this card, place them to the drop area, switch this card to active mode, in other words, ready him, and it gains plus 5k for the duration of the turn. So if he has 5, after you swing, he has 5 under him, drop 5, ready him, he's a 20k beater swinging at you again. This is freaking retarded. So we're gonna roll right onto it. I'm just gonna try to give a quick explanations to the deck and the purpose on it. As you go through it, you probably will notice a similarity with Buhan. That's kind of like what I try to go with more, but this actually gives some good variations to the deck. So we're gonna run right onto it. So we're gonna be playing 4 of the new card. Whoops, sorry on that glare. I'm a little bit close to the hating here. 4 Agent of Resurrection Bobbities. It lets, when you play it, it lets you look at the top 3 and choose up to 1 Majin Buu among them and place it to your hand. So it's a Gowasu for your Majin Buus. And what's funny is, it's not a specific, it doesn't have to be a blue Majin Buu. You can choose for any Majin Buu. But for this build, it's all mono, so any Majin Buu doesn't matter. It could even forget this good old guy over here. Energy Boost Majin Buu, your auto draw. Next up, we are playing 4 of the most controversial card that pretty much caused Bandai to dumb it down for people that had trouble understanding that your leader has to be Majin Buu for this to work. Both effects, literally. When you play it, if your leader is Majin Buu, you can take 2 of your energies, put them under your deck, and then take the top 2 and place it as your new energies. So, say you have certain Majin Buus that you need in your deck, he lets you place them right back into the bottom and replace it with the top 2. So it lets you recover some of them. It's like a salvage. Next up on this one, we're also going to play another 4 copies of Universal Leader Grand Supreme Kai. When you play this card, you choose 1 battle card that has Supreme Kai in its name other than himself and add it to your hand. So it does search for one of the targets that I will introduce later on. And 4 powers combined, Kabito Kai. He's one of the new super combo cards. When you combo with him, if your life is at 4 or less, it gains the boost is a plus 10k, and it has a Jocko effect. You take a combo card on the opponents and bounce it back. So So that's pretty good. It's like a 2-for-1. But to be very honest with you, I may switch this back to Piccolo because I feel that the extra draw card is much better. Like nowadays, Jocko became irrelevant. So, this, for the 10K, but it might not be. It's going to be a 50-50. If you guys want to try this card out, do that. Or you could do 2 Piccolos and 2 Kabuto Kais, or just 4 Piccolos. That's up to you. Next up, we're going to run to the Searcher of the Grand Supreme Kai. The South Supreme Kai. This is one of the targets that the Grand Supreme Kai searches for. It has critical, and he has an auto that bounces back a 3-drop character on the battle area back to the hand. So it's pretty cool. Next up, one of the main targets in this deck that you use, did you want to get out ASAP? 4 out of control evil Majin Buu. That stupid little kid Buu. This card will let, first of all, it has Union Absorb for 1. You put 1 battle card under him, and you can go into any 5 drops. Any 5-drop Majin Buu. It's very specific. It has to be a 5-drop. And outside of that, he has critical. So the target is you want to go with the South Supreme Kai into this Majin Buu, which I will reveal the next target for this Majin Buu. Because just like the Awakening Evil going into Grand Absorption, this also has a target on what it goes into. Next up, since the deck will be shuffled quite often, and there's going to be chances that you might either hit that Majin Buu into your leader when you swing. Here's the next card that is actually amazing for it. Magician's Father, Bibbidi. His permanent, he gives all your Majin Buus it gives all your Majin Buus barrier on your battle area. So while he's in play, they all got barrier, which is pretty great. And his auto, when he comes into play, he searches out for out of control Majin Buu and plays it for free. So the whole concept is you want to have out of control by turn 3. If you cannot hit him by turn 3, you have him to bring him out next turn and just go in. No, in advance, there's no 6 drops, and I will explain why after the battle cards. Next up, 4 power absorbing Majin Buus. This is mainly who you're going into in this deck. He has an Evolve for 4 into a South Supreme Kai. Dual attack, so he can swing twice, just like the Grand Absorption. This one, an active main. You could choose the South Supreme Kai that's under him. He gains all their ability. So this one swinging, you thought that Buhan swinging twice with double strike is really bad. This actually goes into your leader twice with critical. That's not nice. And then, of course, for the good old cherry on top, 4 Ultimate Evil Majin Buu. X Evolve for 1 blue, drop 2 cards, and you select drop 2 cards from your hand to the drop area, choose a level 5 drop or higher Majin Buu. Triple strike, and he has an auto. When you evolve it, oh my god, I love that auto. When this card is evolved, switch it to active, and it's a plus 30k for that turn. So literally, he's gonna swing at you. You can literally swing twice with with the power absorbing Majin Buu, evolve into this, and you're swinging again, which is it's just bananas. Now, everything was mono blue because it actually worked out great. I would have tried to incorporate the reds, but me personally, if I had to incorporate the red, I would have to scratch this Majin Buu out because it will hurt the true purpose of the deck. Dawn of the Rampage Majin Buu was not added, which is another blue Majin Buu card, because he only specifically searches for the Awakening Evil. So it's kind of like, ugh. So I made something that actually can work out. I may experiment doing a blue-red, but for now, this was super fun for me to play, and I did enjoy this. Now, that's all battle cards, all blues, and that's pretty much how I see it. There's another Majin Buu that's a 5-drop, but I chose not to run it because of space. But he's not that bad. I mean, the other thing is he can evolve. You can evolve that Buu into the Grand Supreme Kai, the one that searches for the other Supreme Kais. If he does leave the battle area, you could just detach him from under him instead. Just like his own little one-time protection. Next up, for the extras, the 4 Whis Coercions. I mean, the best card in the deck. You can't say no to Whis Coercions. I'm gonna show one of the cards last, but of course the next card I'm going with is Sensu Bean. I didn't make room for objections, but sooner or later, maybe down the line, I will to accelerate this deck more. But it's a work in progress. Last but not least, the reason why I showing this last, I gotta tell you. Result of training. Now, guys, I play tested this, and because of leaders that can awaken by switching 2 of your energies to active, this card almost becomes free. I mean, it's bananas. You have 5 energies, play 5, tap 5 for result of training, resolve the awakening ability, which in order for you to awaken Buu, you ready 2 energies. Ready 2 energies, flip them over, then this tells you to ready up to 4 energies. You're basically playing this for free. For free. I mean, depending on how much out of hand this would get with abilities like this for Awakens, I can see Bandai kind of doing a small minor errata to this. But again, like, might as well abuse it while you still can. But I'm just saying, I know I'm not the only one who would not throw in a card that basically makes it free. You know, it's freaking amazing. So, but that's pretty much it for the deck profile for Majin Buu. Going down the line with all my other decks, I am not going to keep saying, version 1, because that is kind of like you're expecting to see a version 2 of the build, and it's going to take a while. So anytime that there's going to be a deck update, it will say update. But nonetheless, I hope you guys did enjoy. I do have other deck profiles coming along the way. This was the first deck profile post Crossworlds. A lot of the other decks that I had previously are going to get updated as well. The version X I will have scratched off of every videos. Most of them I'm just going to place them one time. If I ever go back to them and update them, it'll have updated, and that's how I'm going to do decks going forward whenever I update. So, thank you guys for watching. This is Migz of the Decksmiths signing out. Peace.